They will cash tickets up to $2,500 for draw and instant games. The General Store on 24 in Lewis.
Headlines you can't get through your day without. On Power 101.7.
All right, Jess, what you got today?
Here we go. A clearly relieved President Joe Biden declared yesterday that the midterm elections had proven to be a good day for democracy. He says, and I think a good day for America. Not for the first time. He said that he expected to run for a second term, but he said that he will make no final decision until early next year.
Yeah, I watched the press conference he did yesterday. Yeah. So
he said it was a good day for America.
All right. You know what's so crazy about it? Not even crazy, just like it was calm. Mm-hmm. It was, everybody was, and he even pointed this out. It was, everybody was kind to each other. Mm-hmm. It wasn't screaming back and forth, yelling back and forth.
Right, like a lot of chaos.
A lot of chaos going on. It was just, I don't know. It wasn't boring. It was just a nice press conference. I don't know how else to put it. It was just very calm and,
Right.
It was what it was.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, this is like normal.
Good.
So that's all. Just something that I picked out.
Okay.
So.
Also, voters in California, Michigan, and Vermont approved ballot measures to include a right to abortion in their state constitutions. Kentucky voters rejected a measure that would have excluded abortion protections from its constitution, but abortion rights upheld in 4 states. Heavy rains and high winds signaled the approach of Hurricane Nicole along Florida's east coast in the early morning hours this morning. Residents of the barrier islands and low-lying areas and mobile homes were ordered to evacuate in coastal counties, including Flagler, Palm Beach, Martin, and Volusia. Hundreds have already checked into evacuation centers in Palm Beach County, and the scene from Hollywood Beach is now being recorded, and that video is trending online. So if you are down there in Florida, have family, friends, check up on them. Also, Facebook, wow, and Instagram and WhatsApp, they're going to lay off about 11,000 employees this week.
Wow.
Cutting its total workforce by about 13%. The company has imposed a hiring freeze into next year. The stock has fallen more than 70% this year so far. I didn't know that. Wow. Okay. Now, a late night fire. Rehoboth Beach was destroyed on late Tuesday night. Sad situation on Marine Drive East in Angola by the Bay around 11:40 p.m. Crews did arrive on the scene. They found heavy fire in the back of a 1-story house, including a large porch and the storage unit. All occupants, though, thank goodness, were able to escape the burning home with their pets and 2 cats. They were found safely and rescued by firefighters. Delaware senior U.S. Senator Tom Carper has tested positive for COVID-19 on the morning before his planned traveling to Egypt for the 2022 UN Climate Change Conference. He did make this announcement that he has tested positive for COVID-19. He's thankful to be fully vaccinated, double boosted, and he looks forward to getting back to work as soon as possible and as soon as it's safe for him to do so. That's according to a press statement that was issued yesterday afternoon. And the Winterfest of Lights, it's going to return for its 30th season, and it kicks off on November the 17th. Can't wait. The town of Ocean City is going to celebrate the 30th annual Winterfest of Lights. Again, it all kicks off on Thursday, November the 17th, and the opening ceremony is going to return with a magical display, the tree lighting starting at 5:30 p.m., and of course, it's free to the public for this one night only. The Winterfest of Lights is returning as a walking tour that takes you through thousands of sparkling holiday lights and many animated light displays located along the path in Northside Park. So it's our family tradition. Can't wait to go.
And speaking of return, there's 2 things. Return day is today.
Yes.
In Sussex County. It's at the Circle in Georgetown. The Circle is actually closed, but there's a little bit of controversy this year.
Yeah, so Return Day, of course, is a state holiday, but only in Sussex.
Now, I'll be honest. I was gonna try to get a live broadcast out there. Mm-hmm. We actually were working on it, and we could have done it. We were almost. We had a spot we were gonna do a live broadcast close to the Circle, and decided against it because there was some controversy going on. And for people who don't know, first off, for people who don't know what Return Day is, it happens every 2 years. Is that what it is?
Every 2 years.
Yeah,
Yes.
when the presidential election and then the midterms. And after the election, 2 days normally after the election's always on Tuesday, and then Thursday they do Return Day. They read the results of the election. That's what they've been doing for years. That's what they did back in the day, before TV and internet and all this. But they would read the results, and then you would basically, quote, bury the hatchet. So, okay, we're good now. We're going to move on. We're going to, do what's best for the community or our area where we're elected to serve. Obviously, that's not how it works now, but that's what they used to do back in the day, bury the hatchet. Now they do a big celebration out on the Circle, out in Sussex County, here in Georgetown, and they have a parade. They got an ox roast. They got food. They got vendors, and it's a whole big to-do, okay? Well, there's a controversy going on right now in Georgetown at the museum.
Yes, so the Marble Carriage Museum allows a Confederate battle flag to be flown on its Georgetown property.
In 2022,
And
there's
there
a
was
Confederate flag flying in
controversy
Georgetown.
with it, and some Democrats in particular,
Unbelievable.
they're drawing the line, and they don't want to board onto the museum's horse-drawn carriages. Now, this has been scaled down dramatically with 2022 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Again, just like Bill said, it does feature the parade, the official reading of the Sussex County election results, the burying of the hatchet, the roasting of the ox for the complimentary pit beef sandwiches for the crowd. Again, they will have, the parade. Everything does kick off today at 1:30 with the festivities, the entertainment, and the food. But you may see a few changes. Again, the Marble Carriage Museum allows a Confederate battle flag to be flown on its Georgetown property, and some Democrats in particular are drawing the line. They do not want to board the museum's horse-drawn carriages. They may not participate at all, or they may just walk the parade.
But who's okay with that? Like that kind of floors me. That's what I don't understand. Well, good for the people who are standing up. That's kind of crazy. In 2022.
Yep.
Hey guys, let's just fly a Confederate flag and leave it up.
So that's what I know as of right now. And then I went to the museum's website just to see if it had anything up.
Right.
But it does say that, of course, Return Day is a Sussex County tradition, and the office for the Return Day office is actually located at that museum as well.
So okay, so that's pretty much why a lot of people are either. So the carriages are coming from the museum. That's why a lot of candidates say they're not going to walk. They're not going to come out on the carriages because that was like a tradition they used to do. And then also even the Return Day, offices are out of that museum.
Yes.
And, some people aren't even going at all.
Yep.
So we decided against, doing a broadcast out there because, again, seriously?
Yeah.
A Confederate flag?
There is controversy, and we just didn't want to be involved with that.
Wow, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, but that's that. But it is going on in downtown Georgetown.
Yeah. And the parade is scheduled to start at 1:30.
Just be aware of the traffic.
Yep.
Patterns and all that. So, and the circle is closed. So, and it's a shame because that, like, you're that stubborn, like, oh no, it's part of history. We're gonna leave it up. Like, come on, really?
Yep.
In 2022, you're going to leave a Confederate flag up. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's insane.
And there's tons of stories now, of course, after I started Googling and looking it up. It's just Confederate flag at the heart of controversy in Georgetown.
Wow.
And, it's been going on for a few months.
That's sad. It's just crazy.
It has been going on for a few months.
Even with the whole abortion thing and that, and I mean, these are like stuff we should be way past, and we're still talking about this kind of stuff in 2022. So it's just wild to me. Wild. 6:48. It is the Bill and Jessica show. Let's keep those throwback requests going. Hey, I was getting ready to play something else. I'm not forgetting this one. I do have ODB coming up. I almost missed this song right here. Lil Wayne, Go DJ by request off the text. It's a Bill and Jessica show. This is for 251 checking in. Sports up.